Check, 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 check. It's your homeboy Go Vlog, and welcome to the vlog. And today, as usual, I'm at the largest art and craft market in West Africa, which is no other than Lekki Art and Craft Market. I just noticed there's a whole lot of touching here and there within the environment. And I have the rare opportunity of speaking to one of the artist here at the market, which is no other than King Sam Judah. For those who don't know King Sam Judah, he happens to be the CEO of a brand called Bayana Too Far, and he is a special artist. And I'll let him tell you what he does. But before then, let's meet Mr. Sam Judah. Good afternoon, sir.
Big up, big up.
Nice to meet you.
Great girl, man.
Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure meeting you,
Thank
man.
you so much, sir. I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you very much.
I'm a big fan of what you do.
Good.
Before we begin, I just want to say thank you for preserving African culture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for preserving tradition.
Thank you very much.
I see that there are a whole lot of touching here and there. But before we start, can you tell us about the Elegushi Art and Craft Market from your own point of view?
Elegushi Art and Craft Market didn't just begin here.
Okay.
Its inception actually began as far back as the known Bar Beach Art Market.
Okay.
Why exactly? Why the Bar Beach? Or why this? It was formerly known as Bar Beach.
Okay.
But it's actually the seaside, part of the extent of the Atlantic.
Okay.
And many years ago, before now, most of our tourists who comes around, it was end there for pleasure by the seaside, catch the phones and entertainers, running around to get them entertained.
Okay.
We began to have the disparity of several other Africans, like Ghanaians, Malis, Senegalese, even Cotonou, and several of them like that, who don't come around as a way of selling their craft.
Oh, amazing.
Some of the Djambes. There weren't much of a paintings in a way, because paintings were more restricted to galleries.
Okay.
The galleries were not too pronounced then.
By then.
Exactly. So fewer crafts, those are what was more obtainable.
Right.
The tourist who comes around for holidays or whatever to have a view of Nigeria will always end up catching their pleasure around the Bar Beach. Exactly. Most of these vendors in coat who sell this artifact and few stuff will always take this because it's like the access to the international community. Exactly. That way, that was where it all begins until eventually, I think I was privileged, and let me say this without due respect, to have met with the very guy who gave back to the whole dream. Ooh. That is talking about no other but Bob. Bob was once that, from what I learned from him, he used to be a collector when he was residing in the UK. He come around, pick up some of those few artifacts and go sell them there because of his relationship with several other dignitaries around the world. But eventually, I don't know what happened, but for some reason, something happened, so he had to stay back in Nigeria. In a way, probably because of his Western exposure, so he was able to take advantage of that market by organizing it, giving it like a foray.
Structure. Like,
sure. I think he happens to be the most enlightened among the several many. He brought coordination, and until the what was it, the destruction or demolitions of the Morocco.
Okay.
Exactly. I think they moved to Akpesed and subsequently to where we are today. Yeah. Wow. The market wasn't of this extent, but it was further when it was developed. This was more like a stilt development, as in there were water here all over the place. We have these people who live in stilt houses. I think if you go back there, you could still see the trace of that. The market was more largely just by the front of Kizito, just adjacent to Kizito. That was where largely the market, exactly.
Amazing.
Just some small makeshift like that. Until Fatani, the developer, came in and then reviewed it to where it is today.
Wow.
This is largely what we call the Elegushi International Art and Craft Market. And then this platform actually has given exposure to several other notable and many artists, potential, and then those who really want to make merchandise out of art.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You will agree with me, we have much more vendors than we have more of the creative artists. We do have creative artists,
we do have,
but the vendors are much more. So we can say it's more of the business of the art here. Yes, yes.
What you're saying is that there's more of art business.
Exactly. Yes. Art business goes on here. Yes. And then, good enough, the good news about the market is that it's not just only a market that actually deals only in the business of art, but it's a market that actually gives opportunity to a lot of the influx of potential tourists. When they come around after the sightseeing in the other many locations of Nigeria, they eventually do come around also here to pick souvenirs, buy paintings, crafts, and what have you. And literally, you can agree with me, we have quite a lot of this stuff in here. This is one facing of it. We have the VIP, we have the right the center of it, and we have the other extensions too.
Yeah,
exactly. You have literally almost everything cut across, not only Nigeria but Africa as a whole.
Woo!
Probably few things. You go ahead.
Amazing. Sorry for cutting you.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, trust me, we are in the most creative environment in Africa.
Exactly.
No, exactly. I'm not mixing words. We are in the most creative environment in Africa.
This is potentially a wealthy place. We can put
very
it
wealthy
in
craft and art. You've been here for quite a while. What can you say about the quality of craftsmen, artisans,
like I said, we have more of those who deals in the business of art than we have more of those who create art. We do have potentially, I think, a throwback to 5-10 years back, right before the pandemic. We had potentially more of the creative artists than we have more. Literally, you could walk through the length and breadth of this street without, you could hardly see most shops. Unlike what we have today. Yes. Those days, we have more of the creative artists working. I think in the course of it, there was a division, because I think when this place was developed, for some logical reasons, there was a disparity. We have some party at the other side of the shop, which is the other side of the market, which is then the car park. But I think after a while, they were able to reconcile them. So there was now a one front. That's why this market now is consolidated. Everything, of course, we have a front, who is the Babaloja, fantastic man who is doing awesome job, and he's been seconded by Alaji and a team of other seasoned men who help to keep the structure of the market. Wow. But I think we still look for more, because see, we are now getting more young minds. Yes, and we know the time is advent. Things changes. You can't keep running the same cycle in the same way. You have to think of something innovative, and then we are in a new age of tech, just like what you guys are doing with us today. This is tech. We have more audience to reach out, and we have more audience as it were previous. We were leveraging on the influx of tourists in the past years. This market would often be infiltrated by all kinds of nationalities. But presently, now, the audience are more visual.
More visual audience.
And that's why I think it's of the good opinion that the market should begin to think of ways to create dynamic activities which are going to be more on the social media space. Exactly. To create more and to create a strong presence. That's exactly what it is. Because for some of the vendors who are here, if we're going to be very, very honest to ourselves, to what extent do we make more sales? Maybe to a minimal measure. But if we take advantage of the current flows of the social media space, it's going to create strong presence. All we have to do is just to create more